Welcome to the speaking portion of your IELTS exam. My name is Sardar. I will be your examiner for this part of the test. What is your full name?
My name is Hotam Akhmetov.
What shall I call you?
Hotam.
Thank you. In the first part of the exam, I'll ask you some personal questions.
Okay.
Let's talk about birthdays. Do you usually celebrate your birthdays?
Actually, I used to celebrate, but I don't like it actually.
How did you celebrate your last birthday?
Just two parts, with family and with friends. So sometimes first part of the day with friends and second part of the day with family.
Do you think children should celebrate their birthdays with a party?
Basically, I think it's too personal. Everybody how they want to celebrate. I think it's a better way. But just better for the respect of for family also should be some part of to celebrate with family also.
Now let's talk about your childhood. Do you enjoy your Did you enjoy your childhood?
Most probably, I enjoyed.
Did you have a lot of friends when you were a child?
Not much. Not much. I was some self-concentrated maybe person. Self-concentrated child. So I like reading books and not much for the socializing.
What did you enjoy doing as a child?
Maybe traveling. Actually, we travel with family, with my parents. We travel to Crimea, Yalta, we travel to Kislovodsk, Caucasus, things like that.
Now let's move on to talk about your daily routine. When do you usually get up in the morning?
About 7 o'clock.
Do you usually have the same routine every day?
No. Just my job is changing. Sometimes I go to meet with the people, and sometimes I go to the office. So it depends on situation.
Do you think it is important to have a daily routine?
No. Just I think that in such a way, the routine is maybe life is a little bit boring. If you have some changing every day, maybe you will face some changes and new problems, facing new things. So I think it's more interesting.
Now it's time for the second part of your IELTS speaking exam. Now I'm going to give you a topic, and I'd like you to talk about it for 1 to 2 minutes. Before you talk, you'll have 1 minute to think about what you're going to say. You can make some notes if you wish. Do you understand? Here is some pen and paper for making notes. Here's your topic. Please don't write anything on here. I'd like you to describe a book you have recently read. I'm setting the timer.
Okay, let me try. Just I'm not good on describing on paper.
Okay. Alright, you remember you have only 1 to 2 minutes for this, so don't worry if I stop you. I'll tell you when the time is up. Can you start speaking now, please?
Okay, just I read a book, the book maybe some long time ago, maybe 5 years. Just after that, I didn't write about adventure books about adventures. So The name of book was Painted House. It was a book about it described life in a rural area in the United States and cotton growing areas, so-called cotton belt. So a young guy with his grandfather, they met people, Mexicans, who came for them to help harvesting. They had houses, just the area was not so, how to say, rich area, so high income. This farming was not high income business for that area. The people come from the Mexico and from the other places of United States for making, to earn some money for living, just by harvesting cotton. The story starts how they meet with the people who came for them, and they help them to locate on their houses, and the stories how it's going, the life going on with when they live together. So it was quite interesting because we were looking outside to this life, and also at that moment I was involved in cotton business, so trading of cotton, and that's why it was interesting how in the different countries, so cotton production in different countries, how it goes on. Especially it was a period in the 50s of last century. Mm-hmm. So that's why it's quite interesting.
So the time is over now.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Can I have paper and pen back, please?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Now we move on to the third part of your speaking test. We've been talking about a book you have recently read, and I would like to discuss with you more general questions related to this. The first question is, what kinds of books do children in your country like to read?
Maybe last year's reading books by children is maybe so getting down and down, so percentage. Most probably due to mobile phones and this YouTube. They watch movies and they watch this animations in YouTube, and it's replace reading books, unfortunately. So, but anyway, it's everywhere. They may be interested in reading adventures books about adventures.
Do you think children can learn a lot from books?
Yeah, definitely. So books gives some kind of life experience and kind of it's a basement for how the person will act. It's sometimes I'm thinking about these books and kind of software and kind of algorithm and how you will act on certain situation in your life in the future.
Mm-hmm. Do you think fairy tales are useful books for children?
Sorry,
fairy tales. There are certain types of books for children where it is the most common type of books to read for children under the ages of 5. They usually are read before the sleep time.
No, I think it's also good. It's very important for the children and for the sleeping time, or some common books which is maybe popular for the children. So they will grow up with these books, with these tales. I think it's good.
Why do some adults read books written for children?
Sometimes maybe they want to return. They come back to their childhood. But anyway, sometimes I'm also reading just kind of sorry that the period when I was a childhood and the books which I read in my childhood. Sometimes I like to read it again. Sometimes I'm found it from new things, just comparing from that age when I read it first.
Do you think paper books will someday disappear?
Maybe Maybe not fully. I guess it will be, of course, as a percentage will can become less and less. But anyway, paper book is better than coming from the gadgets.
What are the advantages of e-books?
Advantages. So this, you take one book, one device and read it. So again, you can store it and on it a number of books. So it's good, rather than making big library and having many paper books. And it's also easy to find necessary books or necessary topics and things like that.
Do you think libraries are still useful in today's society?
Paper library, paper books library. Nice. Not, of course, not 100%. So the new generation likes take it from the computer through internet, find necessary books, and maybe take it read from their devices. But anyway, library at least should survive. I guess it's it's important to have libraries also, paper books libraries.
Thank you very much. That is the end of the speaking test.
Thank you.